Hashtag Red Runs Deep went into Columbus and beat the defending MLS Cup champs, the Columbus Crew, 1-0 in Game 1 of the first round. The Red Bulls can put it away with the win on Sunday, so let's recap Game 1. And of course, we're going to look ahead to Game 2 with Mark Fishkin, host of the Seeing Red podcast. And as you can see, he has some of the best home decor and Zoom background in the history of Zoom backgrounds. How you going, my man? How's it going, my man? How you feeling?
It's going well. This isn't a background. This is my living room, my guy.
Yeah,
It's real life.
It's real life, and I would love to come over and just hang out, man. Like, it's absolutely beautiful. I'll take my shoes off when I walk in and everything. But let's talk about this game because it's a game where the Crew dominated time of possession, total shots, and shots on targets. But the Red Bulls still walked out of there with the win. So, what were your takeaways from a great win?
Yeah, it was a fantastic performance from the Red Bulls, both from their coach, Sandro Schwartz, who lined up in an unorthodox 3-4-1-2 formation against Columbus. And they got the early goal. They got the first goal, and it makes all the difference when you're playing a top team like Columbus. It allowed them to cede possession, get very comfortable with Columbus having just about all of the ball, and just defending crosses and passes into the box made a massive difference. It was a result that, frankly, no one across the league saw, including myself. And now the Red Bulls are set up for a fantastic Game 2 Sunday at Red Bull Arena.
Well, every time I talk to you, when I ask you keys to the game, you're always like, they have to score first. They have to start fast. And, I mean, it makes sense because that helps them defensively. They put on a clinic yesterday, Mark. So what made the Red Bulls so strong defensively on Tuesday night?
Yeah, there were two things. First of all, it was an absolute team defense set up. Every time Columbus got the ball, New York defended with all 11 players. The forwards were coming back and helping. Everyone was pitching in. They were helping each other when the ball moved around the field. One. The second part was that goalkeeper Carlos Cornell had, honestly, one of the best performances he ever has had in a New York uniform. He made 8 saves, some crucial ones in the last 10 minutes of the game where Columbus was throwing the kitchen sink at New York. And really just the team completely bought into Schwartz's strategy of every man working together, timing it right, synced up, and it made life very, very difficult for the MLS Cup champs.
I love how you threw the kitchen sink pun in there when, with the home decor and all. I know we're talking about soccer. Sorry to go off track. Would you call that a statement win, though? Would you call Game 1 that win, the way they did it?
I mean, it was a big win. It was a big win that sent shockwaves across the league, but to a man, everyone understands the job's only half done.
Okay.
It's the best of 3 series. And so New York is just one of the 2 steps they need over Columbus to advance past them and into the second round.
All right, so let's talk about Game 2, which is going to be at Red Bull Arena. Give us your keys to the match. How do the Red Bulls end the defending champs' hopes for a back-to-back?
Yeah, well, a lot of the reason for New York's success defending was that Columbus was missing one of their big scorers, Diego Rossi, 20 goals on the season, and he was out with a back injury, and it made Columbus a little bit more predictable going forward. We don't know whether Rossi's going to play on Sunday afternoon, but for New York, it's really just got to be more of the same. And, if this game is tied after 90, they go right to penalty kicks, which could work out in New York's favor. They've got to get off the schneid with a PK performance, but more of the same, please. Really just frustrating. This team that scored 72 goals in 34 games during the regular season. And again, it would really be an upset, one of the biggest upsets in Cup playoff history for New York.
What type of atmosphere are we looking at for RBA on Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, New York is going to have the Giants playing a few miles north up the Turnpike as well on Sunday afternoon. But New York Red Bull Arena is loud regardless of how many people are in there. The Red Bulls have had 2 weeks to sell the game in. I'm hoping for at least 20,000 fans that are going to be loud, that are going to push their team to get across the finish line here and sweep Columbus in 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, selfishly, I'm like, yeah, make sure everybody come on to the Giants game, but go ahead and leave in the fourth quarter if you have to beat the traffic, to go down there and celebrate and to back the Red Bulls because they're doing some really great things down there in Harrison. Mark, tell the people they can find you.
Yeah, the Seeing Red podcast has been covering the Red Bulls for 15 seasons. You can find us at any pod or on YouTube at Seeing Red NY. And Brandon, always good to chat, my friend.
Same, man. Same. Thanks for coming on.
You bet.